All right, you ready? You ready? Where are we going? All right, let's do this. Well, here it is, Living in Liberty with Peewee today. Hank and I are driving on Clear Fork Creek Road. It's right here beside Clear Fork Creek, obviously. This is our routine. He and I will ride and we will look for some of our friends. We have got some cows up here on the left that we like to talk to. We've got a blue heron that hangs out in this creek, and his name is George. We call him George. And sometimes we see a groundhog or two. Occasionally we see squirrels that Hank wants to jump out of the truck for. But anyhow, we're gonna cruise. Let's see what we see today. I mentioned George the blue heron. I just missed getting him on camera. I come around by the swimming hole and he flew up the creek. Just missed him. He's a huge blue heron as well. This road, Clear Fork Road, it's in Liberty. It's kind of rough. There's worse roads, I assure you, but this road's got some smooth spots in it. It's got some rough patches. There's some potholes. There's a little bit of everything on this road. Right there, you can see the camera shake a little bit. Hank, it doesn't seem to faze him a bit whether the road is smooth or rough, or he's just sort of indifferent to it. He rolls with it. He's so glad to be in the truck riding. It doesn't matter to him how rough the road is or how smooth it is. It seems like Hank has a level of joy and peace no matter what's going on our ride. And so he goes back and forth from one window to the next, kind of seeing what he can see. He's not stuck with one view. He's got 3 windows he can hang his head out to look and see what's going on, and he seems to enjoy it. Again, Hank has a lot of peace and he has a lot of joy regardless of where we're going or how rough the road is or how smooth it is. And let me tell you something. As a Christian, you and I could learn something from my dog. Now, maybe this is life lessons from Hank, is that we go through rough patches. We go through spots in our life where it's smoother, maybe smooth sailing. And then we go through some valley times where it's just difficult. And we've got to learn, and this is learned behavior, we have got to learn to trust God with it all and not allow these ups and downs to, definitely not let the downs take our joy. And when things are going very well, we need to just realize that we're either on a mountaintop or we're about to go down into a valley, one or the other all the time. And if we're on a mountaintop, we're liable to be in a valley before we know it, so we need to be grateful. But then there's times we're in a valley, we need to know that the rain's not going to fall forever, the clouds are going to go away, and that the sun's going to shine again. And so, but there's times as a Christian, we seem to lose our joy when everything on the world stage isn't going just like we think it ought to go. And listen, I know it's been a little political lately, some of these posts of mine, but you know, God on his throne, he is not wringing his hands wondering what to do. God's not. He's not surprised. When the potholes of life come for me and you, we don't need to be surprised by all these ups and downs. We need to recognize that, you know what, we're going to have some of those. We're going to have some times where it's smooth sailing, and then there's going to be times it's going to be rough. And so we need to not be surprised when things get tough occasionally. Also, we don't need to be surprised. James talks about this and Peter talks about this. We don't need to be surprised when we deal with some persecution, or when the world doesn't want what we as Christians want to bring to them or what we want to share. We don't need to act surprised. It goes with the territory. The world doesn't want God. And so we don't need to act like, well, this is a new thing. No, it's been going on. It's been going on. Hank just rolls with the punches. I love that. Hank could have a day where it rains all day, and Hank doesn't like that a whole lot, but he's quick to bounce back from that. Very quick to say, you know what, hey, we can go do something. And you and I need to bounce back. We need to bounce back quicker than we do sometimes. We need to not let everything get us down so easily. And maybe I'm just preaching to me. Maybe the preacher's preaching to himself. Listen, I can be a negative Nancy sometimes myself. I can be a Debbie Downer where I'm kind of down on things. I can get into that mode. And sometimes if we're thinking too long, we're thinking wrong. Not that we shouldn't think about things. A little traffic on this road. I like it. And here's one of these rough patches here on Clear Fork as we come back out to the highway. I don't know why we don't pave this right here. This is rough. Watch the camera. No, it wasn't an earthquake. We're on a rough patch of road there. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a left here, and we're going to go down Highway 53, and we're going to go check out Sycamore. Hank likes to go to Sycamore Baptist Church. Now, he's a Salemite. He likes Salem Baptist Church, but he likes to go by Sycamore Baptist Church as well. So let's drive a little bit. Now we're on a smooth highway, and Hank's just as content either way, bumpy or smooth. You and I need to be content in all things. I'll catch you in a minute. All right, we're going down Highway 53 toward Woodbury. To your left, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, you'll begin to see Short Mountain come into the frame. On the far left, you can see it off in the distance there, a little hazy looking. My family jokes with me about my obsession with the views of Short Mountain. But I kind of am. I kind of look at it, it reminds me of how steadfast God is. When I look to nature, I see that God is steadfast, he is immovable, and that he is solid as he can be. And it reminds me that as one of his children, that he's called me to be the same. He's called me to trust him, and for me to be immovable, how you like that? Immovable, unshakable. That's what he's calling us to be. And so we need to be solid. We don't need to panic every time the news cycle goes bananas on us. And I know this has been the topic here lately, but hey, listen, that's what we got to talk about today, because that's what's happening. There's so many people that have put their hope in down here. They put their hope in this life only. And listen, if your hope is in the government, or if your hope is in down here, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. And for those people that put their hope in temporary things that are going on right now, those are the people that when the news cycle's crazy or they hit the potholes of life, they just give up. Listen, you and I need to have faith. Faith is important. God has called us to have faith. So my prayer for you today is that you would have faith and I would have faith. I don't know if Hank's got faith. I think he trusts me. that I'm going to take him somewhere good. Listen, you and I need to trust God that he's going to take us somewhere good. So anyhow, we'll have some additional footage. Thanks for tuning in to Living in Liberty with Peewee. If you haven't subscribed, be sure and do that and like these videos. It helps push them out there and makes the algorithm push it out there to more people. Take care.